Okay, so whether you're looking to start a YouTube or even a podcast, or maybe if you just want to step up your audio game for your Instagram stories, this video is for you. We're going to be talking about the most popular podcast microphones and the 3 mics in particular that I've used over the years as a podcaster and a content creator. So hopefully you can come to a decision on which microphone is best for you and your setup. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Rode Podmic, the Shure MV7X, and the Shure MV7, which I'm currently using right now. Okay, so let's get started. First off, the Rode Podmic. So this microphone you've probably seen before. It's really popular, and full disclosure, I actually sold all my Podmics, but if you look back at my previous podcast episodes, I think I might have had these for about 2 years now, and I've had 4 of them. They're great when I was traveling to doing my podcast, or of course I had them right here in my studio, and I really enjoyed them. They were durable. They looked really clean. It's really good at minimizing background noise and just has a very dynamic podcasty sound. It's an excellent value for the price. So right now, as I'm doing this video, it's about $100 on Amazon. Now the cons, it of course requires a high gain or an audio interface. Not really a big issue, especially if you're like me and a podcaster. I use a Rodecaster Pro 2. So of course that's perfect. On a personal level though, and not a lot of people I've talked to have dealt with this, but I could not get the noise gate right. You know, for me, even with the preset built into the Rodecaster Pro 2, I always found myself like, as I was turning, it would sound kind of muffled. Not that big of a deal, but it almost sounded like a Zoom phone call versus like the Shure that I'm on now. That doesn't happen. So I decided to upgrade to this Shure. I will say the one thing I've heard about the Rode Podmics is a very interesting upgrade that they just came out with that has USB capabilities, which is great if you're looking for maybe something on the go that you can hook up to your phone and then just have a really clean podcast sound to it. I think that's running about $200 right now, so that might be a great option for you. Now, speaking of the Shure MV7, like I said, this is the one I'm currently using right now. I do really love this microphone, not just for the sound quality, but the podcasts that I've been recording, I'm very impressed with. The sound for me it's second to none. It's very hard to find a better mic, in my opinion, than these Shure mics. Of course, I didn't want to fork over a few $100s for the big Shures that Joe Rogan and some of those other podcasters do, but I think this is absolutely perfect for the price. So that way, if you want to hook it up to your laptop, or if you want to do what I do, it's hooked up via XLR to my Rodecaster Pro 2. And the pros for this is pretty incredible. It's all touchscreen. So when it is hooked up to a laptop, you can actually adjust the volume and audio, but right now, because it's hooked up via XLR, I do all my volume adjusting on my Rodecaster Pro 2. The price is only, right now, I think it was $150, maybe $200 on Amazon, so a little bit more than the Rode mics, but the quality, in my opinion, is way better for the price. And the fact that you can hook it up on the go, as opposed to me, I used to have to bring my Rodecaster Pro 2 when I was using the pod mics, but with this, you can hook it up straight to your laptop or computer, and you can just use the Shure software or any other software that you typically use to record straight to your laptop. So if you're doing a podcast on the go, this, again, is a great solution. The con to this one, similar to the Rode Podmic, if you're not using a laptop, you can't really hook this up to your phone. I've gone through a bunch of Reddit feeds, and the only cord that seems to work, I had to return like 4 or 5 of them from Amazon because they just weren't compatible with this. But the only cord that seemed to work is this. It's the Shure Lightning to micro USB cord. And of course the Lightning, because I have an iPhone. So if you have the new iPhone and it's USB-C, it might work, which there is 2 options. But using this Lightning cord, it's only 15 inches. So when I hook this up directly to my iPhone, it's just too short. So my face is like this the whole time. And, you know, that's not good for anybody. So I don't know, that's the only con to me is if you are looking to have this more on the go, I feel like you should have the capability to use this on your phone. But, you know, obviously that's not necessarily what it's meant for, but we're in 2024. A lot of content creators and podcasters are doing things on the go. So hopefully they'll come up with a cord that's a little bit longer that this could be compatible for. Okay, last but not least, we have this. So this is, even though it looks similar to the Shure MV7, this is the MV7X. One thing I love about this is obviously just the look is a little bit more cleaner, it's slimmer versus the normal MV7, but relatively the same. It doesn't obviously have the touchscreen on top. It is only XLR, which to me is kind of a con. But if you are a podcaster, I don't know, this just sounds better. You could tell the reason why Shure is the leader in microphones, especially when it comes to podcasting. This to me is the mic of mics. I mean, aside from the SM7B, which is, again, the podcast microphones that you see Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, all these big wigs use, that thing's, $400 or $500. So if you want to duck out just a couple $100, this to me is the Mac Daddy. This is the microphone you should go with. Now, of course, it's, again, a higher price. You will need some sort of audio interface or preamp, something like a Rodecaster Pro 2 or a Zoom H6. But if you're looking for something more on the go as a bonus, as promised, I do recommend the Rode Wireless Pro mics. Now, these microphones for me as a content creator have been great, not necessarily for my podcast, but when I'm looking to make some quick on-the-go content with my iPhone, these things are a game changer. Here's a quick little audio test for you. Not only does it come with 2 mics, but what I love about it is it comes with all the adapters that you need. Right now it's plugged into my iPhone, so even my Instagram stories, my TikToks, everything is crisp, clear, and it's just beautiful. And what's great about these is it comes with all the connectors, a wireless charging case, lapel microphones. I mean, even though it is a few $100, it literally comes with everything you need right out of the box. Now, when it comes to all these mics, you can find everything in the description below. And of course, if I missed anything, be sure to leave a comment below, or if there's a better mic out there that maybe I haven't tried, I'd love to try it out. But I must say, after trying all these microphones over the years and hearing feedback from my podcast listeners, they're all great. They each have strengths and weaknesses, but for me personally, for my setup, it's the Shure MV7 and the MV7X. But ultimately, it's your decision, it's your setup, depending on where you are in your journey. I wouldn't recommend getting a couple of these mics right off the bat. For me, I actually started with like an Audio Technica, which is $40-$50 on Amazon. Then I graduated to the Rode Podmics. And then now here I am using the Shure MV7s because I know podcasting is something I'm going to stick with, and I'm a podcast coach, so it's what I do for a living. So I wanted to make sure I had the best equipment. At the end of the day, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend investing $300, $400, $500 on a microphone until you can prove to yourself that you can commit to this thing more full time. Well, that is a wrap on today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you like this video, I bet you're going to like these other videos, so take a gander at those. And if you enjoyed this channel or any of these videos, be sure to subscribe so I can continue to put out more content like this. And with that, I wish you a happy start to 2024. And until next time, happy creating, friends.